Hi, I'm Ty and my pronouns are he, him.
Hi, I'm Rajay and my pronouns are he, she, they.
Hi, I'm Mali and my pronouns are they, she.
Integrate trans issues into human rights agendas by consistently including trans community concerns and recognizing gender diversity. There should be active collaboration and partnership with the trans community and integrate trans issues into human rights agendas. Alright, so Mali, this question goes out to you. How does advocacy around gender and sexuality impact hospitals?
I'd say it impacts it because when you look at the way that gender plays a role in our society, you look at how everything we do seems to be gendered. If we are excluding persons from that narrative, if we're excluding people who identify as a gender that they were different from assigned at birth, if you're excluding people who are non-binary, those kind of things, that then keeps us out of this society. It keeps us away from the different services that we can access. It makes us feel that we're no longer human, we're no longer part of the society that we belong in. But it doesn't just benefit us, I'd say it benefits everyone, cis people as well, because they no longer have to play into this gender role as much. They don't have to give into this idea that, okay, I'm a man, so I must take care of the home, I must hammer down something. I don't know what men do. Yeah, and then women don't have to be at home cooking or anything, because that too can feel constraining for a lot of people. That instead you can just do what feels comfortable to you because that's what you like, and there's no gender role, gender constraints that hold you down.
Thank you so much. And what about you, Ty?
I also think that it gives transness is like a window of like entering individuality. Cause like I feel like as you were saying that most people just take on roles that based on society's assumptions and don't like take time to dig deeper and figure out what makes them happy. So I feel like that also goes out to everybody. It gives every citizen a chance to explore themselves and figure out who they are.
Alright, I hear all of your points and I do agree. The reason being why I agree with the both of you is because, as for me, I had to take time to know myself. And just advocacy around human rights and basically trans persons and non-binary persons, all gender conforming persons, it shows me that there are multiple people in this world that are different. They have different personalities, different characters, different traits. Everybody deserves a chance to at least express themselves. If I want to be a woman, I should get that chance to be a woman. If I see myself as a male, I should be myself. Show that I am a male. I should treat myself like that. However, society basically does not give us that chance because they believe there's a standard to it. So you're either male or you're either female. You're either boy or you're either girl. You grow up in a society like this, you get to realize that, oh, it's just two. Right, so next question to Ty. Why do you advocate for the trans community, and how does the trans health strategy impact you? And this does not only goes out to trans gender community, it also goes out to non-conforming and non-binary persons. So why do you advocate for the community?
I advocate for the community because I want to help the younger people who are like me, who are also trying to find themselves in like this mishmash world. So yeah, I think by doing that, I'm giving a voice to some of them, showing them that it's possible to be yourself and be okay with being yourself. And in terms of health, I feel like the health system, because it's so gendered, it excludes so many other people, and it in a way keeps them from accessing it because they don't want to. Who wants to be traumatized, right? Like you don't want to experience that. So it also impacts the health of so many trans people that are unable to feel like they can get medical help.
Thank you.
I'd say I advocate for the community, not just because I'm part of it myself, but because I've seen what can come out of our community. I've seen the creativity, the passion. I've seen where we make it through so many difficult situations. And I want nothing more than for all of us to be seen as human beings, to be respected and loved and cared for in the way that cis people are. And then bring that into a health perspective as well. I know if I go and try to access health services, if I'm presenting like this or even more in a way that's more comforting to me, that can pose a hindrance for me. Because there may be people there that are discriminated against me. They don't want to recognize that I am the gender that I say I am. They're not believing me when I say, hey, I'm non-binary, I'm genderless, I'm things like that. And then they're even using my government name instead of my affirming name, and that hinders me. That makes me feel like, okay, I don't want to go and access the service. I'm going to choose my own sanity, own mental sanity, before going to try and fix my health. So I would say it's very important, and that's why I advocate for the community.
Right, and even to add to your point, it really opens up a different conversation in regards to how our society treats us, or even treats its own people. Because even if you present yourself a different way than how they expect you to, and it's a health system, you're supposed to take care of us, not the other way around. I'm here to get help. You advocate for health. Why are you discriminating me because I present myself a different way? I would walk in there as a female, identify myself as a female, but yet still you are discriminating me, you are disrespecting me, all because that is your norm. So I believe the transfer strategy is a good way to go, especially when it comes on to how we view ourselves and how we view everything around us in regards to how we view our own people. Advocating for them, advocating for trans people, advocating for non-binary people, letting them have a space. And because it's personal to me, because I've never really understood what it was like to be non-binary, and also to understand what it was like to be trans. And even in a society like this, you feel like, oh, if you go to the doctor and you want to do a particular thing, and you're sitting there like someone else, like who you identify yourself as, they will then want to treat you differently, disrespectfully. And you're just there to get help. You're just there to be yourself. I believe that respect goes a long way, especially when it comes down to the community. So advocating for them is a really good move. And when it comes down to really showing that we are humans too. It's not like we're different. I came up to my friend as non-binary and they're like, what does that mean? And they are also a part of the community. And when they ask different questions, oh, do you type of people do you have different traits, or what are your traits, what are your personalities? I'm like, we are humans still. We're humans still. We have the same personality, chirpy, upset, we get to do the same thing. It's not like we're alien superstars. We are actually supposed to just really be ourselves. We are humans. So it's not like, oh, and I believe they hear when, oh, non-binary or you're trans, you are a whole different type of community, you're a whole different type of people. You're separate from society and LGBTQIA+. So the T is not in there. And then I have the non-binary, so they're not in there. So it's like, you're wondering, where do we even fit? Where do non-binary transgender persons fit? So it's a broad topic, and I love the both of the points, and I appreciate your feedback.